right, your bell work says to list 2 ways to prevent a cut in the kitchen. You guys know that we're working on cutting techniques, so let's review safety really quick. What are 2 ways to prevent a cut in the kitchen? Sophia?
Like keep your knife sharp.
Very good. Why are sharp knives safe?
Because they cut easier than dull knives.
And you're using less what?
Force.
Thank you. Please take out your equipment notes and clear off everything else. I have asked you to reserve the portion of cutting techniques in your cooking tools packet for today, so please find where that begins. The first one is what? Paring knife. Okay, that's where we're going to begin today, but a couple of things need to happen in order for us to get you ready to practice our cutting techniques today. So our objective for the day is to not only review the cutting tools, but also know how these tools are used to create various cutting techniques. When we go into the kitchen, we will have a variety of ingredients to cut, and we'll need to know the different ways and the proper ways to cut those. Today you're going to need, and I think I've changed my mind, you're welcome to use a paring knife if you're comfortable with that. It may cut your plate a little bit better. So each individual person will need a knife, whether you choose a butter knife or a paring knife, a cutting board, or a chunk of Play-Doh.
You just follow it, flip around.
Abigail, walk with your knife facing downward, please. Okay, voices are off, please. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. As you can see, there's lots of supplies, so if you need to put your Chromebook case on the floor or your trapper, I'd recommend it. Put your Play-Doh and knife off to the side. We're not touching it yet. We'll be there in like a couple of minutes. Take a look, please, at the different types of knives I have here on the smart board, and you can see that they vary definitely in size and in shape, and there's a variety of reasons for why they're used. Okay? So first, please find chef knife on your cooking tools packet. Chef knife. You may write both of these definitions. It is an all-purpose knife, which means it can be used for a lot of things, a variety of ingredients. And our book definition tells us that it chops fruits and vegetables. As you're cutting today, we're going to be watching a video that's going to guide us through our cutting techniques. Today you're pretending that your knife's going to change, okay? If you were to really have one of these knives, you're going to pretend like it's changing along with you, even though you're keeping with your paring or butter knife. We're going to watch this video, and it's going to correspond, and we're going to pause it and then model kind of what they're doing in terms of cutting techniques. If you could just leave your knives alone for right now, I'm fine with you using the Play-Doh for a second. But they're going to talk to us a little bit about knife safety, cutting board, how to use a cutting board properly, and also how to hold the knife. And so we're going to pause in just a minute. After that. So here we go. Let's take a look and see what they have to say.
Great knife skills are essential to becoming a better cook. The next important thing is to make sure you're gripping your knife properly. If you put your finger on top of the knife, if you hold too far back on the handle, if you have a dainty grip, those are all incorrect ways. You want to put your finger and your thumb at the very back of the knife and wrap your fingers around it. That way you...
Okay, go ahead and try that. So it seems really funny. You put your pointer finger and your thumb on the blade of the knife. And I know you guys have small knives, but we're just gonna practice. So you should be able to like pinch your knife and then wrap the rest of your hand around it. Chili to add a diced onion. So we need to see what that looks like. Form yourself an onion, please, as big as you can. Notice how when she cuts the onion in half, take a look at where her fingers are. Her fingers are to the outside. Tristan, be with me. Her fingers are to the outside and she cuts in the middle. So nowhere are her fingers in danger. Go ahead and cut your onion in half like she's going to. Okay, now that we have our 2 cuts down, let's see what happens next. It's kind of interesting. If you've ever cut an onion without the root, they always fall. It kind of falls all over your cutting board, but the root holds it together. So here's the last step to dicing.
Turn the onion again and use your knuckles as a guide, and you're going to start chopping along and just do that same nice chopping wave motion down.
So you can kind of see her pieces, what size they should be. I always think it's the size of like your pinky fingernail. So you're gonna go this direction. It's not ideal with Play-Doh. And then you're gonna go like this.
The next cut we're going to show you is julienne, which is most commonly used with carrots.
Okay, go ahead and make yourself a carrot. Okay, let's do that. She cut it into 3 sections and only used 1. Cut it into 3 or maybe 2 sections if yours isn't so big. And make a flat piece like she did. If you're not sure, look up at the smartboard. The idea is you're gonna these are gonna look like little tiny skinny carrot sticks. And I understand if it's not ideal, but we're giving it a try. Lily, that looks awesome from back here. Emma, that looks great.
If I set them together, they just combine.
Good job. And this cut is called what?
Julienne.
Julienne, good. We have a couple of cuts left. Okay? Take a look at these different cuts and how they're similar to each other. I'll wait till you're ready. Okay, so we've so far gone over slice and mince. We've gone over julienne and then julienne peel. So please show me that you could take, and you might want to make a square first, like make a block, cut off the round ends, make a block of cheese, and let's have a cubed side and a diced side. What's the difference between the two? Which is smaller?
Dice.
Dice. Go ahead and try that. Cut off the sides to make it nice and square. Nice job. Way to go. All right, let's put your knives down one last time. Put your knife down. 3, 2, 1. Okay, before we finish and clean up for the day, why is it important that we know the difference between all of these cutting techniques? Why does it matter? It's an onion. Why can't we just chop it however we would like? Or why can't we just take carrots and mince them? Why would it matter that we know the difference of these cutting techniques?
Because some recipes might call for different cuts.
Very good, and we would need to know how to follow the recipe by following the right cut. What else?
Some of the cuts are more efficient than just doing it willy-nilly.
Thank you, you're right. Some of the cuts are more efficient than just doing it however.
Some fruits and vegetables are more flavorful than other ones.
Oh, that's an awesome answer. Like they talked about with garlic, right? They said garlic has better flavor the smaller it's cut. Finally, also, it's for presentation purposes. Presentation, it looks nicer. Certain foods are just meant to be cut certain ways, and it's more pleasing to the eye. So put it in your locker, put it in your trapper. Everything needs to be washed and put away. We have about 4 minutes. Go.